Democratic nominee Kamala Harris wants you to know two things: that Donald Trump represents a threat to democracy, and also that she will use the government to pressure social media companies to censor your speech. Let's just watch this speech from 2019 because this is nothing new for her.
And will put the Department of Justice of the United States back in the business of justice. We will double the Civil Rights Division and direct law enforcement to counter this extremism. We will hold social media platforms accountable for the hate infiltrating their platforms because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy. And if you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable as a community.
All right, what in the hell does that mean? She's going to hold you accountable for a community for hate. So basically anybody who disagrees with her, anybody on the right, that's hate speech as defined by her, that side of the debate. And misinformation is if you go outside of government narratives. It's not about what's true and what's not true. It's not about what's true and what's false. It's about what the government wants you to believe versus what you're supposed to believe. After all, in 2020, right before the presidential election, the New York Post came out with a story about Hunter Biden's laptop and some questionable material that was on that laptop. Well, former officials, intelligence officials, told us that it was Russian disinformation. We later found out that no, it was completely legitimate. But during that period, if the DOJ had had the powers that Kamala Harris wants to give them, they could have went in and censored, and that happened anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Something that was labeled misinformation turned out to be true. The idea that the COVID-19 virus could have leaked from a Wuhan lab was a big conspiracy theory around that same time, 2019, 2020. And to say that you were called a conspiracy theorist, then as time went on, that conspiracy theory, that former misinformation, turned out to be more and more likely. And now we're at a place where even the FBI says that the likeliest origin of COVID-19 was a lab leak in Wuhan, China. The people that claim that Trump is a great threat to democracy are the ones who are also the most eager to censor your speech. Guess what is a bedrock of democracy? Free speech. So think about that. Wrap your head around that in the video we just saw. In the name of democracy, protecting democracy, these people want to censor, manipulate, and tamp down your free speech. I don't even know how to wrap my head around that.